Welcome to Ellie Goldsmith's Inspired Flow. I'm happy to share personal feelings about my life right now in order to attach myself to the flow that I believe will lead me and everyone in my sphere of influence, including the greater world, because we are all a microcosm of the world. We all have an ability to influence, and this has been made very obvious nowadays with the power of becoming an influencer. Even though this personal podcast has not gone viral, it's not some big hitting number one podcast, I do believe that the small amount of people that right now are listening are meant to be the ones to listen, and I do believe that it will go bigger in its right time. And I do believe that the light of Chanukah that's coming next week is an example where just a small little flame can be a symbol of such eternity, such power, such success, such ability to survive the craziest of history. If you just listen to Mark Twain or any of the famous people who observed the Jewish people in our history, it is completely wondrous to the eyes. And so to each person individually, because there's Ashkacha Pratis, divine providence on an individual level. This is part of the explanation of the inspired flow. And so too with my hopes to bring some sort of unity-inspired concert, to bring everybody together in a universal way through music that's built through universal principles and universal talent and need and expression to connect, a need to have relationships that are positive, a need to have fulfillment and true professionalism that brings proper, lasting, long-term success. Have emotional intelligence that gives you the ability to transfer that into your daily life, into every aspect, and to realize that there is a spiritual force guiding everything, bringing everything, so we can be healthy physically, emotionally, and spiritually, to keep that balance, to keep that exercise, to keep that flow. And when it comes to the transition right now, I'm thinking of, once again, going a bit more consultant style. I just don't see how I can extend the tours as much as I'd like with the Rabbonim, unless someone comes forth in the next week or so, and I am reaching out to people. I think I'm going to just focus in on the unity concepts. Of course, the Rabbonim will be invited, and any other special people around, and all the different musicians, and we'll see more and more about the unity concept inspired theme and concept as it develops, as we talk more, just speaking South Africa about the Rabbonim and the unity concert. I was speaking to London a bit about this, and there's also, of course, America and here in Yerushalayim, there's an interest. It hasn't blown up yet, but it will in the right time. In the meanwhile, we're just discussing on an individual level, and whoever wants to get involved, my email will be posted in the notes. Please, unityinspiresprojects@gmail.com. And that concept of unity is, I think, checking out on Google, there's not really much out there. It's actually surprising how little PR and process and work has been done. Everyone's very busy with their agenda, their company, their mission statement, which is praiseworthy in itself, and with all those individuals doing their thing, doing their mission. But the key is what's going to bind it all together. What is the universal principle? And I don't want it to just be some internet technological conglomerate that does it. It should come from the soul, it should come from the heart, it should come from the life force of humanity. And that is something which has happened in the past, like I mentioned, through music, Live Aid, other such events, and it can happen again through people joining musically, but also emotionally, intelligently, bringing together different concepts of unity and pushing back on the dividing forces, unfortunately, not any specific people, organizations, but just the forces of division that exist, that want to cover up the flow, that want to divide people so they don't see how they really have a universal connection and ability to join. And that's something which, there's so many labels, so many divisions, so many things, seems impossible. And people told me in the past, when I offered that this for me is my mission, this is what I care about, they told me you're going to have a lot of pain from pursuing this. And they're right, it's true, it is a painful path. So to join it, is it worth it? So the answer is that if we do it in a slow process and consistently drawing together different projects, like even if I move on from my current work, The point is, we have the power to still join together. That would be my hope, that the people will work together, will end off amicably, and we'll carry on working together. That would be my hope. That's my prayer as we enter into Chanukah, a time of Nisim Niflos. It ain't over till the fat lady sings, as they say, or the fat man sings, or whoever it is, or somebody's going to sing till that last song. But the point is, until we get to that point, it ain't over. And we'll see what Hashem wants in the next week or so. But that's the idea, the concept of flow. So I ask everyone to email me, to get involved, to contact me. And this is the time now to start discussing and building foundations for what I believe in the future will be part of the larger picture of the final redemption. And I believe I have to push forward in that direction. As everyone has their mission, this will be mine. And to really be successful on this one, I'm going to need a lot of involvement from other people who resonate with this mission. So please contact me, and I'm ready to go and get moving on this. And I believe in it. I believe that ultimately there'll be a universal light, like we're going to see on Chanukah. There's over 45,000 public candle lightings going on this Chanukah. My artist Nisim Black will be performing in around 8 locations over Chanukah. It's all happening. It's growing. The light of Mashiach, the Orish Mashiach, the light of the menorah is there. We're all part of it, and we just got to allow ourselves to be part of the Chanukah flow. And it's universal light that it brings. It just brings people together. I did it as a secular Jew. I do it as a religious Jew. I do it as a person, and the whole world respects it. The chief rabbi of Germany was asked recently by the president of Germany, of Berlin. He wants to put a giant menorah in the place where Hitler, in Machshuma, where he stood and spoke all his hatred and negativity to the world about destroying us. He wants to put the largest menorah and the largest lighting in that place, that same place where he's made most of his hate-filled speeches, and where the young Nazis of that new generation of hatred will now be Jews and non-Jews together, seeing the light of Chanukah grow. And this is an example of why Jacobson brought this story down. And we should just keep spreading that light in our daily life. Don't give up. Don't allow the seemingly lack of light to take over. We have light. We have ability to turn darkness into light. And Nisim Black's an example. I believe I'm an example. I believe making a spiritual live aid that will support organizations that are spreading light, sharing light, giving light, caring, true, sincere organizations. This will be the turnaround. From all the money, everything in the world can be turned into kindness and giving. It's possible. Believe in it. Don't be a cynical person. Be a believer in the essence of good, the essence of man, the essence of this true light that exists within every one of us. Have a beautiful rest of the week. Have a beautiful Shabbos. And looking forward to share that light with the world as the days go ahead. Thank you.